The Homeland Security Secretary is in South Texas telling people he needs a bigger budget to manage asylum seekers and migrants at the southern border. Crossings are likely to jump when a pandemic-era policy expires next week. Omar Villafranca is at the border where officials are struggling with those who are already there.
It's a familiar scene in the border town of El Paso, Texas.
Dios bendiga América.
People desperately escaping violence and poverty, facing uncertainty, waiting in groups, crowding sidewalks, hoping for a chance for a new home, with nothing but the clothes on their backs and their children at their side. This mother of two crossed the border with her 1- and 3-year-old. No family in the U.S., only friends. And she's hoping to get to Ohio, where she plans to find any job she can to support her 2 girls. Shelters like the Sacred Heart receive a majority of their funding from private donations. With little government assistance, charities are stepping in to provide basics like food and blankets.
At night, the blankets are used for warmth, but during the day, they're used to block the West Texas sun, like this blanket right here, which is from the American Red Cross.
Many of the migrants have been on the streets for days, but some say it's better than the life they left behind. Title 42, the pandemic-era policy that allows the government to expel migrants to prevent the spread of COVID, will expire next week. Customs and Border Patrol officials say when that happens, there could be as many as 10,000 border crossings each day, nearly doubling the daily average in March.
This is really not an El Paso issue. It's a international migration issue.
Father Rafael Garcia runs the Sacred Heart Shelter. He says his staff can only do so much for the nearly 1,400 migrants who cross into El Paso every day.
We're focusing on women and children mainly. The need is overwhelming.
Garcia fears the scene from 6 months ago is already repeating itself, and it'll only get worse once Title 42 expires. El Paso County Judge Ricardo Samaniego says the federal help isn't enough, and the governor doesn't coordinate.
Are you getting any help from the state?
That's the missing component. If we don't do this properly, it's going to impact the entire nation.
For CBS Mornings, Omar Villafranca in El Paso, Texas.